All right, guys. Hello. Good afternoon. I have a little bit of time to talk to y'all for a second. First of all, welcome to the channel. Make sure that if you are new here that you hit that subscribe button and that you hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Let's get right into it. So it looks like I've got another infiltrator down at YouTube that I'm going to have to get fired from down there because they haven't been sending out my notifications, which is going to lead me directly into the subject of what I wanted to talk about, even before we talk about your crown chakra. Um, Basically, they've got people working on the inside of YouTube, and I always get that person fired that is tinkering with the algorithms of YouTube. Okay, they always hire this person in as an IT specialist, and the person gets caught at what they're doing. So I noticed that during certain times, my live viewers go down and all that stuff because, these interdimensionals is what we call them. They have contactees whose minds that they are controlling. Okay, so if you notice that there are a lot of people that are obviously under mind control, obviously on this planet, that are under mind control, totally disconnected from any kind of human consciousness, totally disconnected. And I believe that these interdimensional, I can't call them anything else but aliens, demons. Okay, even though we don't demonize demons necessarily, we don't, because some of them that are called demons, they are actually fallen angels, and they are very, very helpful and necessary to our existence. But these, I don't want to mislabel them. They can't even get on this planet. They cannot get access physically. They cannot make any physical contact with this planet because of the Earth's atmosphere. All of that wide open space that you see out there in outer space, that is the astral. That's a part of the astral, which consciously we are all connected to. And it is very, very important to be connected to that. And some people are connected more than others. Some of us are so connected that we can sense those threats that are out there. And I want y'all to know that there is a reason why they've been making movies. What was the name of that one movie? Alien Contact of a Third Kind, or whatever they call it. Independence Day, but the only difference is that they can't do anything to us. But what they can do is use mind control to control what we do. And this is a fact, and this will never be refuted. How is this connected to witches? It's directly connected with witches because witches have always been the resistance against this. This is one of the reasons why we burn things. This is one of the reasons why we commune, why we watch the skies, why we work with the moon. This is one of the reasons. And so, obviously they have a agenda to destroy human life on this planet. And we are in for another battle that they will miserably lose. Another battle. They don't give a damn about their contactees. Their contactees make no sense. I do believe that they are responsible for gang stalking. I do believe that. I don't believe that that has anything to do with your spiritual ascension unless you're a bad person that maybe needs some kind of correction. But most of y'all that watch this channel are not bad people unless you come from that group of alien contactees sectors and stuff like that. They have people that do certain things and they try to put it under the guise of witchcraft, and witchcraft in comparison to this particular crap is no comparison. It isn't. Okay. They're not practicing witchcraft. They are pretty much devotees of these aliens. So it's not actually coming from them. Yeah, witches do have the ability to put people under mind control. Usually their contactees have no power whatsoever on their own. So they have to be connected. Okay, either they have the power, they have power for themselves to, maybe better themselves or survive on this planet. But in reality, if you don't use your power, your own power, then you have none. And so, how it relates to YouTube is they have people that go on the inside, probably maybe about once every 2 to 3 months. My spirits tell me that there's somebody down at YouTube messing with my channel. They always hire somebody down there that ends up targeting my channel and other witches' channels. And they always get fired. Okay. Now, how does this relate to your crown chakra? Because they're looking at us from a bird's eye view. I have done several readings on what I feel is a threat to the planet. Um, in fact, they usually show up when there's some kind of asteroid because they would love for an asteroid to hit this planet and wipe out life completely on this planet. But they are not messing with God. We are always protected by this planet. How can you tell that you're dealing with one of their contactees? The contactee usually is totally outside of themselves. They want to be you just like the alien wants to be us, but they're not. They are under mind control. I always get the Tower card. And as somebody that is a veteran at reading the tarot, I don't interpret the cards the way other people do. Not always. Like, for example, if somebody says, oh, well, the Tower card, what that means is that this is a change that you can't help. Well, we all go through changes that we can't do anything about because maybe it's just meant to be that way. But I don't always interpret that. I interpret what my spirit guides are giving to me. And from what I can see, is that they are really, really, really trying to tear down. For some reason, they are very, very triggered by love and sex because they don't love and they don't have sex the way that humans do. It is important for you to protect yourself in the astral, which is why I am, constantly upgrading my education for my clients as well as my students. That's where they get you, is when you are asleep. If your head is not protected, they can do all kinds of stuff. Either you're going to free yourself or continue to be a mind control zombie slave for them. One or the other. That's the one thing about God. God gives us free will. You can tell also that there's a contactee when people get to talking about it's God's fault or some kind of stupid demiurge and stuff. People don't know what they're talking about. The way that God designed everything is perfect, including but not limited to witches and witchcraft and earthly things, all things earthly. Witchcraft is actually the native tongue of this planet and always will be. It always will be. Earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Period. There's nothing more grounding than water. And from what spirit is telling me is that they're trying to dry up the water and stuff like that. Like they're really, really trying to do a lot. And so this is one of the other threats. This is one of the reasons why some of y'all can't think straight. They work through a lot of humans. This goes beyond the traditional, I got to return to sender, return to sender. It goes beyond that. Okay. So that's one of the other things that's one of the threats that has been recognized for so long. It's not the only threat, but it's a major threat, especially once we go. I haven't figured out what it is about spring and summertime. They become particularly concerned with our planet, which is a plane of existence. They become particularly interested about mid-February, but they start to move in and home in around Imbolc, because Imbolc is about God and goddess. It's about balance. They don't like that. They don't like balance. They don't like anything. They want to turn everything completely, and they can't, like they try to convince us that it is evolution, but it is not. Okay? It's not evolution. In fact, I believe in evolution, but I believe that evolution is something that can take millions of years. We won't even be thought of on this planet. We'll be long gone and deceased. Okay, I believe in God. And, I believe that because a lot of people say, well, if God actually exists, why are we going through this? You choose what you go through, though. God tells us that, and I believe in that. Okay. Now, obviously, a small child would not choose the environment that they're in per se because they're not old enough to make those decisions. But as an adult, you make a choice. I don't ever treat adults, when it comes to things like this, when it comes to knowledge and knowing, I can't treat you like a child. I got to treat you like an adult. Even though we all can be considered children sometimes, because there's certain things that we just don't know. We'll always be God's children, but I believe that God is teaching that to us. Okay? Um this is sort of a separate issue than what we consider to be the devil or heaven and hell. Totally unrelated. I would rather you keep with your religion without being judgmental and obsessed with things that are beyond your knowledge. I would rather you have that foundation than to just be totally unaware and not have any type of connection. So, I'm not that type of person. Okay. Now, as far as your crown chakra, a lot of people's crown chakra is blocked. It's blocked and it's clogged up and it's filled with nothing but fear and misinformation. That's literally how I feel. Then also think about it. Your crown chakra connects you. If you look, go educate yourself. Your crown chakra connects you to everything that is above. The root chakra connects you with everything that's below. If there is something orbiting our planet, it might be communicating with you through your crown chakra. It is unnecessary and not advised to be in communication with these malevolent entities that are up there. Because when you go into outer space, you're going to a different dimension. This is why a lot of people don't believe that NASA is actually shot spacecrafts into space. They don't believe that, it's and that aspect of it doesn't even matter because I don't have any direct plans of traveling up there in a spacecraft. Hey, Ziana. Okay. So we're going to be on red alert, and it doesn't have to mean that, I don't stress about things like that. I don't. I just got done doing a very powerful meditation. I don't stress about any of it because why should I? Because I have the protection of God. And I think that they make it difficult for you to make a decision or for you to actually know, are you communicating with God? Which is ultimately a mirror of you. They're trying to mirror you. And this is not good. All the way up to Lanasa. They've been extending it. They've been desperately. I mean, I've seen their contactees. Their contactees are desperate because we've been cutting them off. When you think about a narcissist or somebody that's suffering from being in the dimension of extreme narcissism, what does narcissism do? Narcissism is self-harm. When you really actually think about a true narcissist, that's what it means. It's somebody that is committing self-harm to themselves. They're hurting themselves. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to God. They don't want to listen to their angels, their guardians. They don't want to. So they end up hurting and harming themselves ultimately. That doesn't even make any sense in the human psyche to harm yourself. They are disconnecting people away from their self preservation and the need to protect self. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Jamila, you smoke. You know what? Actually, I can smoke. I don't have to inhale. I guess it might give me cancer. I'm not sure. But tobacco smoke is not nearly as harmful as some of the things that I have seen people do. Internally and externally, the type of energy that they take in and they put out. Whenever they take in energy, how are they processing it? Or are they processing it and becoming one with it? Because that is going to damage your mind, body, and spirit more than anything. Okay. And let's keep it a buck. Tobacco itself is a very sacred herb to the natives. I'm not going to get into a debate about this, but I think that there are far worse things that are a direct threat. Okay, so that's not what I'm talking about. People, we are experiencing the movie Bird Box, but only not to that extreme. There's people that will look around and they'll see people that succumb to this energy, and they'll and instead of them taking into account that they are awoke and they are conscious and they are animated and they are breathing, they will say, oh, God is this and God is that. But didn't God wake you up? Some unfortunate things that happen to people, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for a lot of stuff that I see happening on this earth, but I cannot discount the fact that God woke me up healthy and happy and in his presence. I cannot ever, like that's one thing, because you don't know where those people go. You don't know why they go there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and if you're going to be in this existence, shouldn't you be happy and grounded? Happiness is a virtue just like patience. So it just doesn't make any sense. A lot of spiritual people who probably would be very good people on this earth are being contacted by these particular beings, and people are losing their minds, like totally losing their minds to the point where they are um, hysterical. And I've been witnessing for the past couple of days people in a hysteria. Okay, now that's not to say that they're responsible for all of these people, but I do believe that if you are a third party contactee of a contactee, that you can be affected. To put it in layman's terms, everybody ain't communicating with God of this planet. You are not, listen, we have a connection with Saturn, we have a connection with Jupiter, we have a connection with Mercury and the planet Chiron. Are we on those planets though? No, we are in the existence of planet Earth. It is what it is. Do I feel that like some of these people that they'll be like, oh, I want to live on planet Saturn, I'm going to manifest myself on planet Saturn? You're being lied to. No, you're not. You're not going to manifest yourself on planet Saturn. You are native to this planet if you were born on this planet, period. You are a child of Gaia at the end of the day. All of us are. Now, that's the one thing that we all have in common. But she may not be connected to your direct consciousness. That's why a lot of people say that God is a woman, because they consider Earth to be feminine. Now, obviously, when you look around at the planet, a lot of these men are not who honestly have usually have a physical threat to women, because listen, I'm not a feminist, and I know that there's some women, they can work out, they can body build, but men are physically stronger than us. So this is the reason why they work on the men. That's why you look at men and they like, this don't make that. What is this? That's not how a man behaves. So that's why we got men running around here predatorily doing things to women any way that they can because they've lost their minds and they don't know how to accept what is. Okay. So, as a woman, you can protect yourself mentally, physically, psychologically from these people. You can't. You can't just say, oh, you know, there's a lot of horrible, horrifying people on this planet. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just providing some kind of explanation because when you start to understand something, that gives you power. Obviously, a mother abusing her children, that's not normal. Obviously, a father, murdering a 5-year-old or an 8-year-old child or murdering his whole family, that's not a normal occurrence. And it's just been getting worse and worse throughout the years. And people just need to wake up and accept what is. Okay. So that's why it's all about protecting the crown chakra. I know I personally protect the heads of everybody in my family. Okay, if you have 4 children and a husband and yourself, you need to protect y'all. All of y'all heads need to be covered. Okay, because they can cut you off from your ancestors. That's why a lot of people that do what I do, they get up every morning and they talk to their ancestors. It's so important. And you have to know and decipher who your ancestors and your guardian angels and your spirit guides are. Your spirit guides and your ancestors are not going to tell you, kill yourself and come over to the other side. They're not going to tell you that. That's something else. That's something else talking to you, communicating with you. And they can't even physically touch you. They cannot physically touch you, but they can physically touch you through your brain, through your mind. Yeah, and they are responsible for the parasites. Now, this is something that we're going to start hearing about a lot, parasites and fungi. Okay. It's something we're gonna this is something we're gonna that they are very, very parasitic. They will cause you to have all sorts of obsessive thoughts, which is why you have to clear your head. What's the easiest way to clear your head? Apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, some kind of copal resin will clear your head of a lot of that stuff that is blocking off. And I believe they're almost done. Because when I started several years ago, it was all about the root chakra. Then it moved to the sacral. Then it moved to the gateway of the solar plexus. Then it moved to the heart. We are now on the crown. Okay. At this point. And yeah, there are some of y'all that are at different levels. It is. Y'all are at different levels. Some of you guys have root chakra problems that you need to deal with, and these are things that I have been trained. Real life training. you know, yeah, to know what I'm talking about. Okay. So they literally want to cut you off from source, and that's why they're so mean to Jamila. I don't care. I'm not in my feelings about that. I don't have feelings for them. I don't have feelings for their contactees. I think that their contactees are full of crap. That's not to say that we don't have good aliens. We do have good aliens. We do. Some of them are our spirit guides. Some of those are our ancestors. And we can't just say, oh, it's the Greys. It may be the Greys. They've already recognized a lot of them, but I don't believe that they've quite revealed these because we can't see these. We don't even really know what they look like. But I will tell you that from what I can see, they usually don't have any hair on top of their head. They usually like they don't look like us. They don't. And why they were stumbled upon our planet, because planet Earth is beautiful even when you look at it. I think all of the planets are gorgeous. I think it's like God's artwork, which is why you everything about the Earth is beautiful to me. Okay, when you look at planet Earth, when you look at it from an aerial point of view in the sky, what it actually looks like, it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so it's the actual aesthetic of Earth that attracted them. Do I believe that there was life on other planets and then it got destroyed? No, those planets are exactly what they are supposed to look like. Though there is life on those planets, but we can't see it because it's a totally different existence and dimension. It is. So, mhm. I don't really think it has anything to do with Earth's resources except for human beings. I really don't. I think that it's purely cruelty. I think it's purely cruelty. They have cruel intentions, basically, is what they have. I don't have nothing to do with they don't need water or air or food. They don't need any of that stuff. This is something totally different. So, and how I can tell, like most of y'all that I see is clients. Most of y'all that I see as clients, y'all dealing with curses, but some of those curses have been directed by contactees of these aliens. Some of them, not all of them. I'd say maybe 30 to 40% of them. Yeah. Hmm. The ancient Egyptians knew all about it. They knew all about it, and they still do. Well, Ziana, I do believe that people deserve to have freedom of speech and freedom of expression, as long as they not lying and lying to you. You know what I'm saying? Liars must be dealt with. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. Well, if you're speaking of jinns and stuff like that, I don't even believe that they're connected with the jinn or even goetic demons. I don't believe it. I don't. I believe this is something totally different. But everybody has their right to their opinions, okay? Because jinns are basically evil spirits connected to Arabic culture, and it's no different from like, you know, um, demons that, because okay, keep this in mind. Human beings, when they are faced with something scary, they will do whatever they have to do to survive. But where does the famine come from? Y'all notice how like right now we're supposed to be in a recession in this country. even though this country is very rich with resources. And they have also been excavating the Midas. There was an asteroid, and I spoke about this. I'll try to find it, and I want to go back and look at that because that was a very nostalgic time for me on YouTube. That was before my nerves kind of got shot and bad because my nerves got shot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I had to repair my nervous system, but I had spoke about the asteroid that was like literally tons and tons and tons of gold and platinum. Literally an asteroid was traveling, and China and the US stated that they were planning on going up there and excavating it that will make everybody on this planet rich. The problem is that what we've learned is that everybody can't have money because if it's a petty, silly person that got money, they've been done tried to pay somebody to take you out. So everybody on this planet ain't ready to be rich. Okay. I personally do not want that. Like how like I get attacked by people that attack my business and stuff and they call themselves competitors. I don't want those people to do good because if those people have too much money and power, they can pay people to try to knock me off. So they got to stay down and at least until they stop with the obsession for me and my family. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, I will. I think that when somebody is attacking you, your defenses, this is why I'm not necessarily just a love and a light witch, Mr. Red Rum. I'm not just a love and light witch. I believe that you have to have some form of defensive magic. Otherwise, you can get yourself hurt. There is no enemy in this world that would ever make me feel like I need to give up my life. Or like because they have a problem, a quote unquote problem with me, I have to just go and say, "Oh, well, oh my God, I can't take this." And there are a lot of people that are like that. Let me tell y'all something. I was from the time that I was raised to deal with scary stuff. Okay. That's why I don't have a problem with it. Every like when I was 2 years old or 1 years old, I was literally forced one night late at night to watch The Exorcist. So I went through a lot and it was very traumatizing. I was screaming and crying. And while this crazy little girl and she wasn't crazy, she was just possessed by a demon. It wasn't the devil, it was a demon. And so I was forced to watch it and I was crying and screaming, but I made sure that I transmuted every single traumatic experience that I had. And I went through that for a reason because now, as an adult and as a witch that helps people exorcise themselves as demons, I'm not afraid of those demons. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm sure it's a lot of stuff that yeah, that's why she was throwing up and stuff like that. She was sick. Yeah. I think a lot of us that went through certain traumas as children, it was almost meant, and I didn't go through trauma like that. Like, I'm not even going to lie. My mother and my father both spoiled me. They both doted on me, but there were some experiences that, it was kind of like, you know, I made a choice to not allow it to, you know, to not allow me to take that road of destruction, but more so the temple path, everything that I went through as a child. So, but some people don't have that, and I think that it's sad that they don't have that capability to transmute those experiences. And it's hard, because I've picked up on as an empath I've picked up on how all of this negativity affects them, and it literally is something that takes over them. I am somebody that has had great experience I've had a lot of experience at fighting off parasitic entities since I was a child. So, uh-huh. That's funny, Ziana. There's actually a movie called Troll on Netflix. I think I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm gonna watch it. It's like it's I don't know. I saw like the little thing, the picture of it is like this huge troll, and you can see like little human beings crawling on it. So it's so funny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If y'all notice, I never force my beliefs on anybody. Everything that I've spoken to you guys about what I believe in and as far as my path has nothing to do with anybody else. You see what I'm saying? You have a choice of whether or not you know what I'm saying, you want to believe in or even listen to what I'm saying. You have a choice. Everybody does, but just don't involve me. Don't get mad at me with the choices that you made. Okay. Exactly. So if you're in my group, you are going to get the best from what my spirits have shown me is that y'all stuff is going to open up so much. Even though we may have to work our way down to the root chakra, we got to do things kind of in reverse at this point because, they have uh sort of bankrupted a lot of people because they want this earth to be crawling with these very destructive zombies, and it can't be that way. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm. I don't really go by the scriptures, Mr. Red Run Gaming. I don't really believe in that. I believe that all of us have a connection with this earth. That's just, if you was born as a baby with two legs and two arms, some people got more than five fingers. You know what I'm saying? And there have been people born with two heads before. That's just kind of like, nature's mishap, or those people don't even consider themselves to be a mistake. But I believe that we are attached to this earth, and I believe that most of us, at least half of us that are here, have already been here before. So, yeah. Yeah. Mm. Some of the stuff in the Bible I can jive with, but some of it I can't. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at human experience, and even when you look at the souls of humans and what they experience, we all stay attached. Like, for example, if someone dies in a home, they usually stay attached to that home in some kind of way, whether or not it's for a long time or a short period. Um, and I believe that that is truth right there. I believe that some of the stuff was spoon fed to us. So as far as the scriptures, some of the stuff I believe was coming from God, but some of that stuff I don't believe it. And I think that it was designed that way so that we could decipher. You know what I'm saying? But that, because I do have an attachment to this earth. I love this earth. I love the people of this earth. Okay. I don't love everybody on this earth because, everybody on this earth don't mean me no good. So I just, when I'm dealing with religion like that, yeah, I don't take everything as gold that's in the Bible. I don't. And I don't think it was meant for us to. I think it was meant for us to question. Because I think that some of the stuff in the Bible, like for example, stone a baby to death or something, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess if it's, God will say, probably look at you and say, now, do you really think that I said that? Or do you think that I didn't say that? And if I did say that, what would be my reasoning behind it? You know what I'm saying? So, ooh, Lord, I wonder what, I think we got I feel a dark moon coming. Hold on a second. Let me know if y'all able to still hear me when I do this real quick. Let me know if y'all able to still hear me. I'm not sure if y'all are able to still hear me. I think we got a dark moon coming up. So anyway, we are at 68% and we have a new moon coming up. It's going to be coming up shortly here. New moon coming up on February the 20th. Okay. So I can feel it already because it's a shift that's happening straight up and down. Now, the reason why I'm talking about all of this stuff is because the reason why a lot of you guys have a lack of clarity is because I do believe that you're not just getting it from planet Earth. It's not just coming from the root chakra, but it's also coming from above. So um that is the benefit of getting in this ritual that I'm doing, is that you don't have to worry about your mind, which connects your body and your spirit, being compromised. Yeah, you still have to protect your homes, but you got to protect your crown chakra. Okay? Yeah, but so many people take it literally though. Yeah, what is best to protect during that type of moon, and what's the date? Um when you're protecting your head, you're protecting your entire being. You're protecting your entire being. And it's not something that, see, here's the whole trick about ritual and working with a witch, is that it's not something that you have to just sit and think about all the time. Even when I cast something out for you, once I cast it, you have to know that it's been casted, whether or not I'm casting something out or bringing something to you. It is done. You just have to wait for it to manifest. And I think that the impatience is what slows the manifestation. Now, psychic attacks is a different story. I believe that 80 to 90% of our psychic attacks are coming from interdimensional beings. Okay. But once you do the ritual, you don't have to do it again. And I have to explain that to some of my clients, like, you are fine. The mind will remember these things. Okay. Like, for example, if you got a really, really bad psychic attack from an enemy, and if that happened to you over and over and over again, then it's going to teach your brain to know that that enemy is connected to that feeling and what it did to you. Okay. Your mind has to heal from that. Because I've been, y'all, I done been through some trauma. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I had so many traumatic experiences, and I speak from personal experience that you don't have to stay in that trauma. The best, it's not that I'm saying that you have to put the trauma out of your mind or deny the trauma happened. It's not saying that. But when it comes to trauma and traumatic memories, it does have to become a distant memory that you know right now is not affecting you. So, for example, if 3 months ago you got a really, really bad psychic attack from somebody that may have been evil, that may have psychically attacked you, and you never did anything to them, they just trespassed on your mind, your body, and your spirit. You don't have to keep reliving that over and over and over again, but a lot of people don't know how to do that. It's just like people relive trauma from 20 years ago. And I think particularly those of us that were born under the moon constellation, a lot of us are under attack because, especially me, I believe that if I were born under a Gemini moon, I believe that I probably wouldn't be getting attacked nearly as much as I do, or not getting attacked, people attempting to attack me. Okay, since I am specifically born during under I was born under the moon on a Thursday, right? So the moon is the closest planet in our in our solar system that is near us. The sun is obviously further away from us, right? It's got to be. Otherwise we would all fry like bacon. But I believe, since I am a Cancer sun, I believe that that's why I get attacked so much, because Cancers are the chariot. We are sort of like the natural healers, because we believe in moving forward and getting past stuff. It's not that you're denying it, you process it, you process that trauma. But and they don't, according to the current agenda, they don't want people healed on this planet. They want a bunch of sick folk. But who is they that we're talking about? Do I believe it's a rich white man? Hell no. No. What would be, how would that benefit a rich white man? That wouldn't benefit him. That's something else. You know what I'm saying? Right, right, exactly. Doctor Who. You're gonna have to get a reading, because something tells me that that might be positive, but you'd have to get a reading. Okay, World Health Organization. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's quite scary when you think about it. Only the strong minded survive. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Who wouldn't want to watch their kids grow up, their grandchildren grow up? Who wouldn't want that? That would have to be somebody whose mind has been compromised to the point where, they've given up. And there's a lot of people that just give up, and some of those people do need to give it up, especially if they, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I am one of the most loving, kindest people in the world. Do I want to see my enemies, people that constantly try to interfere, people that are, in my opinion, sellouts to certain entities? Do I want them to flourish? Do I want them to thrive? No, I don't. I don't want them to thrive at all. It's because of my self love and my love for my family, because they're attacking me and my family. Okay. So, mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, when people talk about me negatively, the one thing that I do take away from the Bible is that they talked about Jesus. I have a lot of respect for Jesus. I had to do some head clearing because I had something that was communicating with me, stating to me why I shouldn't trust Jesus Christ. Now, I am not a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm not. I'm not a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm not a devotee of Jesus Christ. Maybe something else that possesses Jesus Christ's energy or his consciousness. But I don't feel that if I were to call to Jesus, that Jesus would not help me if I needed Jesus Christ. So, that lets me know that that was some other thought process that was sent to me. And I can't even remember why. I'm going to try to sit here and brainstorm and think why. Because this thought process came in and it had an entire explanation behind it. I don't even remember. I don't even remember what it was. And it was good. It was good. Whatever it was good. Jesus is one of the good guys, in my humble opinion. He's a martyr. He's a saint, him and his mother. So, I think it was something to that's what it was. It was, no, it wasn't even that. But I was thinking about Saint Mary, his mother, the other day, and something was trying to tell me to not trust her because she allowed her child to be hung on, to be nailed to the cross. I can't remember what it was about Jesus Christ. I don't even remember. It was a few hours ago as I was making coffee, and it was a thought process that came to my mind, and maybe it'll come back, but I forgot about it because I feel like we need to have all hands on deck. Hmm. I know that I work primarily with Yemiya, with Shango, a few others. But it's oftentimes when I help Jesus's disciples and stuff like that. Like I am very universal, and it was meant to be that way. So I know for a fact that I can work with all gods, including but not limited to Allah, as well as even I can't even remember that God's name. That's weird. Uh, Jehovah. Jehovah. You know what I'm saying? And so I can definitely work with Jehovah. I can't say whether or not these gods are myths or not. I believe that if they're in our consciousness, they must be real. But it's just that I don't personally work with them, but just, with my clients. So this is one of the reasons why you don't really hear me too much. Now, as far as the followers of these certain religions and stuff, I believe that sometimes they go too far and they do things that go above and beyond their call of duty. Okay. Really, the letter J is a fake letter. That's my first name begins with J. What? Oh my goodness. Don't say that, Mr. Red Rum Gaming. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And Zion, it's funny how every year I start doing a lot of sky watching during this time. I don't know what it is. Sometime between February and July, August, I start doing a lot of sky watching. So yeah, Jehovah is Hebrew. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm universal when it comes to that. Oh, that's incorrect too. Okay. Okay, Miss SOJ. Okay. J makes a different sound than G. J fills a legitimate niche. Okay. Well, I know that my first name is Jamila, so and that's the name I was given. Y'all know what they was gonna name me? My name was actually supposed to be Sharice with an Sherese. It was supposed to be Sharice. But my uncle came in and said, no, we're gonna name this child Yamila. And it's actually spelled with the J silent, so it's pronounced with the J silent. Yeah, I do too. And I don't. So a lot of people hate when I say this, but I don't think Satan is necessarily bad. But I haven't been keen to saying that because there's a lot of people that don't understand. You know, I'm pretty much good with all of the gods, but they don't consider Satan or Lucifer to be a god, which yeah. hmm So anyway, I think that it would be nice if we were more so unified against this one common enemy. But I think that if you sitting around waiting for unity, you're gonna be waiting around for the rest of your life, at least in this lifetime. Okay. Because I just don't think it's ever gonna happen because so many people are on different pages and different lanes, and that's good with me. Seriously. I think that for you to be like we got to be able to survive and flourish on this planet without waiting for unity. Oh, if everybody would just unify in one big consciousness, we would that like guys, no. It just and I think people need to just give up on that. I don't know why. Miss SOJ, if you're asking me, I feel like it's lots of different enemies. I feel like it's many, many enemies, and it depends on who you are. I personally have no problem with the demiurge. I have no problem with it. Or when I think of enemy, archon does not come to mind. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm ignorant in saying that. Who are the archons? You know what I'm saying? Are they talking about the archangels? Because here's what I believe. I believe that when a person's mind has been compromised, for example, I want to my enemies. Let's talk about my enemies for a minute. And there's one in particular over in California. She's very upset that she wasn't able to destroy my sexuality, my children, because she says she hates children and it's disgusting and life is disgusting, right? And she can't complain. If my enemy is like, oh, I see Jamila, I see you over there. You got them children and you da da da. I want to destroy your children. So then they'll go to work. I'm going to destroy her children. I'm going to destroy everything she loves. I'm going to destroy this and destroy that. I'm going to make her sad. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her literally. And I'm like, huh? Like, what the hell did I do to you? And when these particular angels and spirits protect me, and crack down on her bootay for doing that. Now she want to go and say, I'm mad. I'm mad because I can't destroy Jamila. I'm angry about that. What's going on? Oh, God did this. God. So your enemy may literally be like that. Well, if it is Miss SOJ, they not sucking my energy. I got a candle going right now to take back all of me and my loved ones' energy. Okay. That's a good sentiment. At 3 a.m. every morning, we are all to meditate to manifest the day we bring it. Uh-huh. I believe in that too. Yeah, no. If I like if somebody were to contact me and say, okay, so there's this girl named, let's call her Tata. There's this girl named Tata. And ooh, this bit I hate. Oh, and she gave birth to children and breastfed them. And ooh, I hate her. I just make her and her family die in the most horrible way. And nobody would ever come at me like that. Like, okay, I get cases to where, sometimes I have to banish, a female off of a woman's man, okay, that they want to be with or they meant to be with. But for somebody to just come to me and say, I hate this lady, get Tata. I hate her. I'm gonna look at like, but why? What did you? She didn't do nothing, but I just don't like her. Yeah, it's like, no, you, no, hun, no, no, no. Sorry, can't, no, can do. I got $1,000. I got $1,500. I got $10,000. Can you make her disappear off of the earth? Because I just don't like the fact that I just get Tata, get Tata. No. Mm-mm. You think Satan tries to scare everyone away from the witching hour? I don't know about that. That's your interpretation, though. Maybe you don't have. I know I'm good with Satan and God. I'm good with both sides. I think that it's helpful to be that way. Okay, but that's just me. I have the most lovely adult Lunchable. It has cheese, pepperoni, and green olives. It's so good. It's got like 5 or 6 pieces of little dark chocolate pieces. Mm. Okay. Mm. Mm. You can feel that energy. You can feel it today. And then people always during the month of February, everybody's up in arms. I got to keep it real with y'all. I don't like our current president. I'm sorry, Biden. I'm sorry, Biden. Maybe I just don't understand right now, Mr. Biden. Maybe I just don't understand. Maybe there's a higher reason for what you're doing and the way you're doing it, but I don't understand it. Because right now, everybody is shifty and they're like waiting on their income tax returns, and the world is just kind of like, you know, and if you're waiting on your income tax, just be patient. Patience is a virtue, okay? Because I can already sense a lot of y'all, especially y'all with children, your children is climbing the walls, and y'all like, damn, I can't wait till I get my income tax because I'm going straight over there to Jamila, and I'm gonna still be here. Don't worry. Yeah, exactly. I'm not, and you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't too much. I don't know what he's doing with the economy. That's all I'm talking about. Mm. Mhm. Good point, Ziana. Good point. Exactly. Instead of blaming everything on the devil, folks need to look in the mirror. Exactly. You're right about that. They need to look in the mirror, but they also need to go inward. They need to be that hermit. They need to look, because planet Mercury is where everything is at. It gives us so much information. They need to accept that they may be possessed. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In the sky, at least over here in the south, it's raining outside. And I don't care what nobody says. Whenever the sky is covered up like that, and it's in the middle of the day, it's some kind of war going on up there. Something happening. Something is definitely happening. It's raining cats and dogs out here. Okay. Mm-hmm. The sky is gray. And I think it's useful. I think that what I trust what God is doing. People be like, oh, we got that. Like, so when I talk to you guys about these aliens and stuff, please trust in God. But I think you need to be aware of them, because if you don't listen to God and what God is saying and the information that He's giving to you, you won't flourish on this planet. You will not make it on this planet. And that's why a lot of people can't make it. A lot of people, like right now, you need to have a roof over your head. Can you imagine some kind of roof over your head? So it's a lot going on up there. They doing something going on that we ain't gonna be able to see. I know I'm getting ready to find me a I'm gonna try to download the NASA app so that I can look at, whatever satellite or camera they got up there looking at planet Earth. I bet you I'm gonna spot something, some kind of remnant of something. Okay. Unless that's just a tape that they keep replaying over and over again. But I think if people actually knew what the hell was going on, they would freak out, because it's something that you've never heard of before. But I think if you don't have that grounding, if you don't have that connection with God or your trust in God, it can mess you up in the head. You be like, what is going on? Okay. So anyway, all right, y'all. I'm gonna go because I need to like ground myself before I have an appointment coming up. So I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and that you subscribe. And whether or not you enter into my crown chakra group, because there's still time to do that, just make sure that you understand the importance of protecting your head. Okay. And if you just don't want to, if you like, Jamila, I'm done with it. Well, then, hey, that's your choice. Yeah. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Yes, you too. You too, Miss SOJ. God bless you all too. And I will see you guys later. Okay. All right, y'all. Blessings. Bye bye.